Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Kagurabachi Chapter 94. Like and subscribe for more content. Yura gains Shinichi's power. Kamunabi, Traitor revealed. Kagurabachi Chapter 94. This chapter, spanning 19 pages, begins with Ichiki delving into the rules of the Sazanami sorcery storehouse. According to these rules, users infuse any item they bring to the storehouse with spirit energy to complete its registration. Ichiki then reveals that the Shinichi offered for sale in Arakuzechi had its seal already broken from the start. This suggests that Kura Sazanami infused the Shinichi with his own spiritual energy at an early stage, even before its seal was compromised. This revelation implies that Hakuri no longer requires pouring spirit energy to activate its power. Instead, it can simply express its intent, and the Shinichi's power will be unleashed. This explains how Hakuri was able to use its power while the blade remained in Kamunabi headquarters, as mentioned by Ichiki in the previous chapter. However, Ichiki warns that once the user activates the Shinichi, the Sword Saint will consume their will, transforming them into a rabid creature, similar to what happened to Kura. This power is therefore a one-time occurrence. Ichiki intends to use this double-edged sword as a last resort, but he has confirmed that no one else's spirit energy has entered the blade except for himself and two other Kamunabi leaders, Kaisen, the bearded leader, and Yatsu, the woman. They sealed the Shinichi in their headquarters to prevent any unauthorized access. Azumi then reveals the full extent of the Kamunabi hierarchy. Ichiki and Yatsu, who wear white haori, are the advisors of the true head of the organization, the director of the Kamunabi Kaisen. Izuru and Kudo, on the other hand, wear black haori similar to Azumi, who is identified as a leader with the rank of colonel. This makes them subordinate to the three main leaders. As a result, these advisors are stronger than the rest of the organization, with Kaisen at the very top. Kudo once remarked that Azumi is on another level, but Azumi clarifies that he might be better in physical combat. However, the advisors of the Kamunabi possess an extraordinary level of sorcery mastery. In addition to the sorcery they inherit, they have studied twice as much as Azumi himself and the Masumi ninja when it comes to barrier and sealing techniques. Hakuri, in particular, still needs to further develop his skills. Given the recklessness of the Hishaku's invasion, Ichiki suggests that one of the three leaders might be a traitor, as any of the advisors could potentially affect the seal. However, Ichiki clarifies that he has known the two leaders for a long time. Through subtle confirmation, we meet up with Kaisen, one of the three leaders, alongside Ichiki. Kaisen is checking the state of the seal, which makes Ichiki realize that his initial concerns about a traitor were unfounded. Ichiki informs Kaisen that Hakuri is here to transport the Shinichi to the storehouse, a place where no one else can touch it. However, Kaisen disagrees with this plan. We then return to the ongoing four-way fight between Natsuki and Yuruha against Yura and Hokuto. After being struck by Natsuki's lightning menace and thrown into a pillar, Hokuto defends himself against the falling rubble using his armored puppet sorcery. Meanwhile, Yuruha manages to chip Yura's blade right off. Yura observes that Yuruha and Natsuki are excessively using sorcery with the intention of swiftly eliminating the Ishaku. Yura expresses concern about the potential consequences in Kyoto. Yura then predicts that Hokuto's fun will come to an end here and observes Yuruha and Natsuki preparing to strike him down. Surprised by Yura's sudden surge in speed and physicality, both men are plunged into the water. Back to the Shinichi's seal. Its paper is unraveling, emitting a dark energy leak. Ichiki is shocked and confused by this development. How was spirit energy planted in the box before the sealing occurred? This revelation suggests that someone managed to conceal the spirit energy leak. Ichiki notices Kaisen staring at the Shinichi, confirming that he is the Kamunabi traitor all along. This explanation sheds light on many of his decisions. He ordered Chihiro and Hakuri to accompany Yuruha to Senkitsuji. There's a possibility that Kaisen discovered Hakuri's ability after Rakuzechi. The entire plan from Kakugoku attack and Senkitsuji attack was likely a collaboration between him and Yura, aimed at trapping Hakuri and killing Yuruha while potentially depleting his sorcery. He was the one who decided to purchase the Shinichi in the auction without putting up a fight. He invited the Hishaku inside by ordering them to open the first layer in the HQ. In a monologue, Yura explained that he had infused spirit energy into the Shinichi just before putting it up for sale at the Rakuzechi. His intention was to test who would possess the initiative over the Shinichi's power. He wondered whether he would be immediately taken over after attempting to use it. From Kyora's usage of the Shinichi, Yura had learned that without Kyora's extraordinary mental fortitude, even a simple combat would prove fatal. However, behind Kyora's mad obsession, Yura discovered something worth testing. The Sword Saint uttered the name of the Shinichi, Magatsumi. Yura unleashed its full power upon Yuruha and Natsuki, his eyes turning black like before, similar to the Sword Saint himself. If Kura was able to still use his storehouse while possessing Magatsumi's power, it meant that Yura might reveal his own sorcery as well. Moments of Yura's eyes turning black represented him holding back the Sword Saint's will, but now he succumbed to its power as he declared his intent to win their death match. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.